A billionaire found a baby inside his car boot. His dead wife's face stared back at him from the photograph. For a long moment, nobody spoke. Nobody even breathed. Aurora looked from the picture to Adrian, then to Martha. Confusion filled her eyes. "What is happening?" she whispered. Tears rolled down Martha's cheeks. She slowly sat down. "I think it's time you both knew the truth." Adrian's heart pounded. "What truth?" Martha took a shaky breath. "Years ago, your wife and I became friends." Adrian stared at her. "She volunteered at a children's shelter where I worked." A faint smile appeared through Martha's tears. "She was one of the kindest people I had ever met." Adrian looked down. The pain of losing his wife still lived inside him. Martha continued. "One day, she brought a little girl to the shelter." Aurora frowned. "A little girl?" Martha nodded. "You." The room fell silent again. Adrian's eyes widened. "What?" Martha looked at him. "Your wife found Aurora abandoned as a baby." Aurora froze. Martha reached for her hand. "You were only a few weeks old." Tears filled Aurora's eyes. "I was abandoned?" Martha nodded sadly. "No one knew where you came from." The doctor quietly listened. Everything was finally beginning to make sense. "Your wife loved that little girl immediately," Martha said softly. "She visited every week." Adrian's chest tightened. That sounded exactly like his wife. "Then one day she told me something." Martha smiled through her tears. "She said she wanted to adopt Aurora." Aurora's lips parted. Adrian froze completely. Martha nodded. She had already started the paperwork. A tear slipped down Adrian's face. For years, he had believed his wife left him with nothing. But now, he was discovering a part of her heart he had never known. "Then the accident happened," Martha continued quietly. "The adoption process stopped." The room became heavy with sadness. Aurora lowered her head. "So, she wasn't my biological mother?" Martha gently wiped her tears. "No." Aurora's eyes filled with disappointment. But Martha immediately squeezed her hand. "Listen to me." Aurora looked up. "Being a mother is not only about giving birth." The room grew quiet. "Your mother loved you." Aurora blinked. "What?" Martha smiled warmly. "Maybe she didn't carry you in her womb." Her voice trembled. "But she carried you in her heart." Aurora's eyes overflowed. Martha pointed at the photograph. "That woman chose you." A sob escaped Aurora's lips. "She wanted you." More tears fell. "She loved you." Aurora broke down crying, and for the first time in her life, she no longer felt unwanted. She no longer felt abandoned. Someone had chosen her. Someone had loved her, even before she could remember. Adrian couldn't stop his own tears. He walked toward Aurora slowly, then gently pulled her into his arms. Aurora hugged him tightly. Neither wanted to let go. After everything, after all the loneliness, after all the pain, they finally understood why they had found each other. Not because of blood, not because of destiny, but because of love. The same love his wife had left behind. Months later, the hospital was only a memory. Aurora returned home to Adrian's mansion. But this time, it felt different. It no longer felt like a mansion. It felt like a family. The empty halls were filled with laughter. The servants smiled more. The gardens felt brighter. Even Adrian seemed younger, happier. One sunny afternoon, Aurora sat beside him in the garden. The birds chirped softly around them. "Dad?" Adrian looked up. The word hit him like lightning. Aurora smiled nervously. "Can I call you that?" Adrian's eyes immediately filled with tears. For several seconds, he couldn't speak. Then he smiled, the biggest smile he had shown in years. "You already did." Aurora laughed, then hugged him tightly, and Adrian hugged him back. Above them, the sun shone brightly. For the first time since losing his wife, his heart felt whole again. And somewhere beyond the clouds, it felt as though she was smiling too, because the little girl she once chose had finally found her way home. The